Hey guys, welcome back to Puff It Louda, and welcome back to Charade Maniacs. We are here with the common route still. We are heading towards Akase's route at full speed. We're part of the information team, and we just finished a conversation with the group in Dazai's room. Whatever, let's just get into it. Oh yeah, it's only us and Dazai now. Before I followed them, I sent a message to Dazai. Thank you for your concern, not just with my voice, but everything else. Dazai looked at me with his eyes wide open. It seemed that he didn't expect me to say that.
いや、そういうわけじゃないから。
Oh. Huh? What does he mean?
声、早く戻るといいな。
Oh no, Dazai, no! I trusted you! Are you not? Oh gosh. Dazai had a troubled smile as he saw me off. I had no idea what that expression meant. Wait, so is he like the sponsor or something? What do I do for the investigation? Akase said to just do whatever I can. But finding a way to get my voice back is something I should be responsible for. I should do more than simply what I can. I should work hard for it. I'm still scared of going outside, but I can't investigate without going out there. Maybe I'll feel better if someone goes with me. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna find someone to go with us. So, off we go. I wonder if there's someone who can go with me. I kept that thought in mind when heading to the living room and I saw Akase about to leave. He looks kind of concerned for some reason. Akase. Akase, where are you going? Oh, actually, she doesn't have a voice, so she probably said that in a less excited tone, but Akase read the message, then stopped as I approached him from behind. He didn't seem to notice until I was close, and he turned around nervously.
What? いたのか。普通にメッセージ返しそうになった。
I smiled at his exaggerated reaction, and Akase smiled back.
笑顔だけでも十分嬉しいけど、やっぱ笑い声も聞きたいな。ほんと、早く声を取り戻そうぜ。お前の声が聞こえるだけで気分が違うからさ。
I didn't know if that was meant to cheer me up or flatter me. However, it was strange to notice how much better I felt when Akase said it.
いつも明るく振る舞ってたお前が落ち込んでるのを見ると、やっぱすげえ腹立ってくるけど。それよりも、ちゃんと考えて前進しないとな。方法はあると思うし、絶対に。
Akase.
ってことで、公園行ってくる。あそこ散歩してる異世界人多いし。また後でな。
Oh no, he's going. We have to move forward. That phrase left a strong impression, so I grabbed onto Akase's shirt.
どうした？
I want to move forward. I want to be more cheerful and optimistic like Akase. But if I meet those mud creatures again, I really should just accept it. I should separate the grotesque feeling from my mind and try to move forward. Forward. That was just a typo. But although my hand grabbed onto Akase's shirt, my legs wouldn't move. What do I do?
よし、一緒に行くか。
Huh? I couldn't make a decision, but Akase patted me on the head roughly and laughed loudly. God, is he like an uncle or something?
一緒に行こうぜ。何かあっても俺がついてるから。でもって、俺が怖くなったら一緒に逃げてくれよな。
Oh my fucking god. He's so sweet. If he gets scared. I doubted that Akase was afraid of anything. He probably said that to be considerate. After I thought about it, my depressed feelings seemed to all but disappear. Yeah, I think things will be okay if I'm with Akase. Let's go to the park. How many times can she say his fucking name? I'm sorry. I just have to complain. Because I'm like, Akase, Akase, Akase. It's like, his name is starting to not look like a word to me. The park looked the same, and the Arcadians were walking about. Some noticed us and talked to us, others simply walked right past.
やっぱこうしてみると普通の人間に見えるんだよな。
He's right. I still can't believe that they're really are mud creatures. They just seem so similar to us. While they might look different, they have unique habits and ways of doing things, just like people do. And I haven't seen any other living things here besides the Arcadians. It's just hard to wrap my head around the fact that those creatures replaced the people of Arcadia during maintenance. Those thoughts circled around in my mind as Akase approached them to say something.
こんにちは。異世界配信の話を聞きたいんだけど。
こんにちは。アイスをどうぞ。
It's the same ice cream vendor. He must also be.
どうも。あなたは見てますか？異世界配信。
Akase didn't hesitate to take the ice cream held in front of him.
見てますよ。今日の配信も楽しみです。
そうっすか。ちなみにポイントってどういう感じで入れてるんすか？投票みたいな感じ？
面白ければポイントを入れますよ。
それ！そこんとこもっと詳しく。
私はサスペンスってのが見たいです。それかアクション。
そういうのも知りたくはあるけど、今の話とはちょっと違うんだよな。
Akase wasn't really able to communicate with him, so he just sighed while he held the ice cream.
このアイスはあなたが作ったんですか？
違いますよ。美味しいですからどうぞ。
Oh. After hearing that, Akase decided to take a bite. He doesn't hesitate. We heard that it's real food, but I'm still reluctant right now.
うまいじゃん。普通のアイス屋のアイスみたいだ。
あなた方の世界から取り寄せてますから。他にもそちらの世界の店や商品をコピーした店がありますよ。
取り寄せ？壁に囲まれてんのにどうやって？
Oh.
さあ、私たちはスポンサーから指示されたものを提供しているだけなので。
This is how we find out about the sponsor, I think.
スポンサー？
I haven't heard that term before. What is he talking about?
バウンサーが提供している食料とスポンサーが提供する食料は何か違うのか？
スポンサーが持ち込んだものはオリジナルで、バウンサーが提供しているのはそれのコピーだって聞きましたけどね。
オリジナル？コピー？
I have no idea what that means, but he's actually answering questions now. This conversation might go somewhere.
そのスポンサーっていうのはプロデューサーやディレクターとは違うのか？
違いますよ。あんたらもスポンサーにはお世話になってるはずでしょ？
どういう意味だ？
この世界に来る手助けもスポンサーがやってるって聞きましたよ。
Oh. Assisted? So can the sponsor go back and forth between this world and ours? Are they from our world? That was as far as I got with my message because I realized that people from the other world don't wear bangles. I sent the message to Akase and had him ask the question for me.
スポンサーはこの世界と外の世界を行き来してるんですか？スポンサーはどこにいるんです？
行き来はしてると思いますよ。この間も見かけました。
Oh shit! So somebody's literally, like the sponsor is literally going back on their own. But how? That's true.
おや、そこの方もアイスをどうぞ。
I had kept my distance out of caution, but I went closer to listen to the conversation. He handed me the ice cream. Ugh, the ice cream. I'm still a bit traumatized, but it's hard to refuse when he hands it to you with a smile. Seeing how hesitant I looked, Akase took the ice cream instead and started eating it.
あれ？こっちは味が違うんだな。
Akase, you're gonna gain like 50,000 pounds if you're just gonna keep asking the ice cream vendor questions and he keeps handing you ice cream.
さっきのはバニラ味。こっちはキャラメル味です。
へえ、どっちもうまいな。
He did it again. He rescued me again. Akase does it so nonchalantly. He saves me as if it was nothing to him. He always helps me like this. I wonder if he's this way with everyone. I remembered things Akase said ever since coming to Arcadia. He would be angered at the unreasonable otherworld stream, and he would be the first to speak up and lead everyone. He doesn't do things for himself. He does them for the sake of others. He's the kind of person who's just naturally selfless. He's helped and protected me. I can't leave things as they are. Alright. I like the caramel flavor.
でもお前。
It's okay. I can eat it.
じゃあほら、一口。
Akase smiled as he brought the caramel ice cream to my mouth. Whoa! It's alright. I ate it already once, and he said this was imported. I prepared myself and took a bite. A chilled sweetness spread in my mouth. Okay, I'm fine.
うまい？
I nodded with mixed feelings as Akase held out the vanilla one to me too.
こっちも食べるか？
I couldn't resist the smile and ended up tasting both ice creams.
頑張ったな、セナ。
Akase smiled at me as he finished both of them. I thought eating both was too much. I think it's rather insincere of me. I felt sick when I thought I received food from that mud creature. And when I heard it was just brought from my world, I started to think it was delicious. In the end, it's all about feeling. And when we can talk to them normally like this, or we can talk to them like this normally.
チョコ味、ストロベリー味、マンゴー味もありますよ。どうぞ。
Sir!
いや、もう腹いっぱいっす。
I think they're not so scary. I might have been afraid of how they look. After realizing that, I felt ashamed of myself. My team is in charge of the information gathering, so I shouldn't be afraid to try to get intel from the Arcadians.
じゃ、そろそろ行くか。スポンサーの話も聞けたし。
You sure you don't need to ask anymore?
他にも調べたいことがあるから、また今度にする。
I personally want to ask some more. But I have no way to communicate with the ice cream vendors, so I had to follow Akase. Maybe I'm rushing things too much. I stood next to Akase as I wrote a short message. I'm glad I followed you, Akase. Thank you very much.
だろ？考えるより行動した方が早いな。俺も話が聞けてよかったよ。この調子で情報が手に入れば、プロデューサーを特定できるかもしれないしな。
He mumbled that while walking back to the lodging with a hurried stride. Evening came around and we met in Dazai's room.
別れて調査した甲斐があったな。つまり情報を整理すると、
Akase summed up the things we discovered throughout the day.
異世界にはスポンサーと呼ばれる存在がいる。そしてスポンサーは元の世界から食料なんかを持ち込んでいる。
そこはバウンサーに質問した方が早いだろう。おいバウンサー、スポンサーが持ち込んでいるのは具体的に何なんだ？食料だけか？
食料とは限りません。必要があれば他のものも調達します。キャストなどの人材もそれに当たります。
いや、人材はものじゃねえから。
Wait, wasn't it previously mentioned that the producer handpicks cast members?
言ってたな。バウンサー、キャストはプロデューサーの指名で異世界に来てるんじゃないのか？
プロデューサーの指名です。ですが調達するのはスポンサーです。
プロデューサーの手下ってことか。つうか、さっきからこいつを質問攻めにしてるけど、いいのか？
いいのかというと？
この返答を信用していいのか、まだ迷う。ディレクターの話にしたって同じことだけど。
信用していいと思う。少なくともこのメモを書いた人間はこいつらは嘘がつけないと言っている。
何ですかこの
この部屋の机の引き出しから出てきたんだ。天板にテープで貼って隠してあったから
Oh.
発見が遅れた。
テープだ。
この世界にはプロデューサー以外にスポンサーがいる。スポンサーは狂信者。気をつけろ。
Is a fanastic? What's that? Do they mean like a fanatic or like...
詳しいことはバウンサーが教えてくれる。奴らは嘘がつけないし、質問を拒めない。これは随分不穏ですね。
それを誰が書いたって？
知らん。でもこの部屋を使っていた過去の人間の誰かだろう。そしておそらくはキャストだ。
キャスト。過去のキャストからの警告ですか？
嘘がつけないか。じゃあ一番重要なことを確認するか。
Hakusei then glared at the watcher and asked him a question.
スポンサーは俺たち10人のキャストの中にいるのか？
Everyone kept their eyes on the watcher. I wasn't sure if I wanted to hear the answer. Mixed feelings swirled around me.
はい。スポンサーはキャストに含まれます。
Why can't they ask Like, why not just look at the bouncer and be like, is any of us part of either the producer or the sponsor? Like, are any of us the producer or the sponsor? Like, why can't you just ask that? That would just solve everything, right? Oh.
またかよ。
I thought about how often we'd already felt the world pressing against us since arriving. I wondered how often it would feel awkward. I felt like it was something I would never be able to get used to. I hate this.
10人の中にプロデューサーがいて、スポンサーがいて、一人だけじゃないのかよ、裏切り者は。
お答えできません。
お前に言ったんじゃねえ。
気持ちはわかるが落ち着け。熱くなりすぎるな。
一人なら絞り込めると思ったんだ。そしてこっち側に引き込めると。けどプロデューサーとスポンサーに結託して口裏を合わせられたら
難しくなりますね。特定はもちろん説得も。
すげえ絶望的な気分だ。
Awful. Yes, this is awful. I can't believe in anything anymore, and I'm starting to feel numb. My fingertips and toes begin to go cold. Our hopes that came from finding new information were dashed and replaced with pure despair.
むしろ希望があると思っていたお前がすごいと思うが。
希望はやはりありませんか。彼らに従うしか道はないんでしょうか。
簡単に希望を見出せる相手ならとっくの前に誰かが何とかしてると思いますよ。俺は。
誰かが、例えばこれまでのキャストがってことですか。
そうです。異世界配信のバックナンバーを見て思いませんでしたか。これまでのドラマに出ているキャストは一組二組じゃない。
何組いるのか確認しようと思いましたが途中で諦めました。膨大な量でしたね。
ええ、どう考えても普通じゃない。こんな異常なことが何回も何回も繰り返されてきたんだ。
僕らの世界で噂になるわけですね。
そう、それもおかしいと思っていた。こんな怪しげな噂があれば情報局が絶対に嗅ぎつけるはずだ。情報局は世界各国の、日本当局なら日本国内のあらゆる情報を管理している。異世界配信の噂が俺たちの口から出た時点で彼らも把握してると考えるのが普通だ。
そして違法な配信があると分かれば必ず排除するはず。でもできなかった。
そうだ。つまりそのくらいには俺たちの敵は強敵だってことだ。
希望を持つのは無駄だとお前はそう言いたいのか。
だから熱くなるなって。俺が言いたいのは難敵と戦うならこれくらいで絶望するなってことだ。
I agree with that. I think that it's so easy for people to like fall into this loop of like, oh, this horrible thing happened, now I can never do anything, and then I'm just sad and depressed and I can't like pick myself back up again kind of thing. But I understand what Daze is trying to say. It's like when a certain orange man won the election for the US, I saw so many of my friends like just kind of like fall into a complete despair. And I don't know if maybe it's just because of the way that my parents like raised me or something like that. My parents also came from like a different type of situation than like most American parents would, since my parents aren't American. But my mom would always say like, oh, at the end of the day, the world always like moves on. Like it might not be the best outcome that you wanted, but no matter what, there's always going to be an outcome, you know? So even in like the worst of times where everything looks like nothing will get better, there's still always going to be a way out of it. I guess, I mean, it's just something that like has always stuck with me. Like my mom has said that before, and like I remember when I was younger. This makes me sound like I'm like 80, I swear. Not 80. I just turned 30, okay? And by just turn, I mean like in August I turned 30. But I don't know. It's just something that's always stuck with me because I feel like it's so easy, especially when I was younger, to feel such strong emotions about stuff. And like, if something goes wrong, I can't help but blame myself for it and feel like, oh, this is all my fault. I like shouldn't be alive kind of thing. This is very deep puff lore. But my mom would always be like, no, pick yourself back up and just keep trucking along. Even if it's like not your best effort, it's still an effort, you know? You can't just drop everything and let everything die, because that way you will literally just end up in despair and you'll never be able to crawl yourself out of that hole. Obviously, it's very easy to say, but it's not easy to do. And I think that it's just gotten me through a lot of hard times too, so... Yeah, I agree with Dazai. That like, was such a deep tangent. I'm so sorry. But let me tell you this. It's like, you guys should take that to heart too. Because honestly, at the end of the day, no matter what, there will always be people who support you. And even if you feel like there's nobody who supports you, I support you. So I promise you, things will get better. I promise you that even though it sucks in that moment, it will not 100% suck for the rest of time. So, thank you, Dazai. Anyways, easily. This is still insignificant to him? I know that it hurts to know that more than one person could be lying to us.
辛くても事実は変えられない。嘘をつかれるのが嫌なら最初から信じずにいるしかない。
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like that's a little intense. I mean, yeah.
エヴァナみたいにか？業部あたりもそうかもしれないが。
That's true. Both of them are kind of like that.
まあ
What the? This is the first time in my entire life that I was told not to believe in someone. I remembered all the rules and guidelines that I'd learned so far. To not cause trouble and help each other. If you did something wrong, you apologize. Be sincere and do what you're told. Don't hurt others. Don't betray. Don't lie. Believe. All of that was being negated in this world. I don't understand. How much is true and isn't? I was beginning to think that everything I had believed in until now was all wrong. Oh God.
誰かを疑って信じられる奴らの信頼をなくして少しずつ自分さえも信じられなくなるのが嫌だ。
When Akase said that, is this what he means?
待ってください。事実はわかります。でも待ってください。
I would also argue that, I mean, I think it's important to, like, hold on to this hope that, like, people are always good. I think that there's two arguments to be said. Like, do you believe that people are inherently good, or do you believe that people are inherently bad? And I feel like I flip-flop between the two because, like, sometimes, like, especially with the news and stuff like that, it's really easy to think that everybody is, like, the worst and people are just inherently evil. But at the same time, I feel like there is good in a lot of people. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I was completely confused, but Chigasaki quietly shook his head.
まずはセナさんの声を取り戻す。そう決めたはずです。今お互いに疑いを深めるのは良くないと思います。
それはそうでしたね。
それに僕らは有利な情報を手に入れたはずです。彼らは嘘をつかず質問に答えてくれる。そうですよね。
Chigasaki was looking at Watcher. Dazai nodded in silence.
監視者さん、罰ゲームで失った声を取り戻す方法はありますか？
あります。該当の罰ゲームを受けた際のドラマを再演することです。
再演？
詳細をもっと詳しく説明をお願いします。
罰ゲームを受けた際、ドラマの出演を拒否、あるいは演技を中断しているはずです。そのドラマに罰ゲームを受けたキャストが再度出演し、最後まで演じきることができれば、罰ゲームは白紙に戻されます。
もう一度ちゃんと演じろってことか。なんだ、簡単じゃん。
いや 簡単とも言いにくいだろ
We're shoving a child out the window.
僕は平気だよ。気にしないで演技を続けて。
ひよりちゃん、演技を続けた方がいい。後悔するよ。
Flashback scene. To reenact the drama and to finish it, that means I have to push Haiji out the window?
それは
セナさん、ドラマの中の怪我はドラマが終了すれば治るんですよ。それでもダメですか？
I know, but is it that easy to go and hurt someone else? If it's okay just because he'll heal, then it's the same in reality. Wounds will heal and maybe without scars. But the feeling of pushing someone off will never disappear.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to blame you, Chigasaki.
いえ、言いたいことはわかります。僕も実際に直面したらどうするかは。
I gotta say, I would absolutely push out the window. Maybe I'm inherently evil. Maybe that's really the news that we're learning from this. But like, I don't know. Yeah, I would. There's like no doubt in my mind that I would. Which, like, what does that say about me, I guess? It's like, does that say that I feel nothing, like no empathy towards Haiji? Like, no, I feel bad and I would probably struggle to actually do it, but I think at the end of the day, maybe I value my voice more than Haiji's, like, temporary pain. I don't know. It's so fucked up. I'm starting to understand more by writing it out. It's not logic. It's not just ideals. I don't want to hurt Haiji. He's the same age as my little brother, and I have to hurt him instead of protecting him? It would feel like I'm hurting my own brother. I can't do it. Those are my honest feelings. But looking at it again, I realized my own contradiction. Also, it reminds me of those, like, there's like those videos, like those short videos or something, where the person is like, oh, would you like slap your best friend for like $1 million? And people are just like smacking stuff. That's what that reminded me of. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting. I'll shut up. I'm all over the place. I want my voice back, but I don't want to do the drama. I stood up from my seat and continued to write. I was going so fast I was amazed with myself. I'm sorry. Let me try to calm down, but right now I can't do it. After sending that message, I tried to leave. But then Akase held my arm tightly to prevent me from going. He held so tight that I couldn't shake him off.
わかった。お前は間違ってない。
Huh?
バウンサー、再演はどうやってやるんだ？今リクエストすればできるのか？
可能です。今すぐ開始しますか？
ああ、今すぐ始める。
Oh God!
待ってください、赤瀬さん。
お前、話聞いてたんだよな。どうするつもりなんだ？
Right now? I was still confused and the usual alarm sounded off. Stream status drama in 1 minute. School of Forgiveness episode 11 school drama. Let's go! Oh gosh.
セナの声を取り戻す。話は全部その後だ。
Oh god. It's the same classroom. I was moved here and was standing in the same position as last time. And there were the slightly perplexed Gyobu and Haiji.
1分後っていつもより早くない？
いつもは3分だね。何かあったのかな？
I was also confused, but I quickly tapped the display to explain the situation to the both of them. I'm sorry to both of you. This is a reenactment of the drama that I got the punishment game for.
再演？ああ、道理で見覚えのあるタイトルだと思った。
同じのをやるってこと？台本も同じだね。
Yeah, we're doing it with the same script. If I can finish it this time, my voice will come back.
そうなんだ。じゃあ真面目にやらないとな。
わかった。頑張るよ、僕。
I know, but still, I still don't understand. I want an explanation on how this happened. You said I wasn't wrong. So is he telling me that he just doesn't care what I think and just to do it? That's too forceful. I don't even have my voice. While I was thinking that, the time limit of a minute ended and the countdown began. What do I do? I didn't even have time to lay the blame on Akase before the reenactment started. Atari became the target of bullying, but upon conversing with the homeroom teacher, the situation improved. But the relief was short-lived as the mastermind of the bullying, Igawa and Kitakura, called him out. The synopsis showed up as usual. Oh, that's her. The synopsis showed up as usual. I played Igawa as the mastermind of the bullying. Next to me was Gyobu, also playing the role of a bully.
ちゃんと来たんだ。それは褒めてあげるよ。偉い偉い。
今度は何のようなんだ。もう全部終わったはずだろう。
We did this exchange previously. It's the second time this conversation happened.
全部終わったすごい自信だね。
Gyobu reads the part that was supposed to be my line. He must have done so in my place because I couldn't speak. We would then corner Haiji and push him out the window. That's how it was in the script. What do I do? Gyobu's the one saying that line, but after that, I clenched my fist, and in that moment, the projection display started blinking. Someone was jumping in unannounced. Oh, Tomase? I assumed it was him, but I was wrong.
悪いな。俺も混ぜてくれよ。
Akase!
ねえ、君も来ちゃったの？僕らだけで十分だったのに。
まあいいじゃん。多い方がいいってことで。
The two of them exchanged a bizarre smile as they stood in front of Haiji. What is this? I can't tell how much of this is acting. But he's here to help. It was so sudden that I had completely forgotten about the rule of being able to join unannounced. Akase was probably planning that from the start. Then will Akase push Haiji off in my place? That's so...
まあそういうわけで、お前に恨みはないけど、覚悟してくれよ、ハイジ。
俺はお前らなんかに負けないよ。
よし、その意気だ。行くぜ。
Wait! Akase roughly opened the window of the classroom and grabbed Haiji's shirt and pulled him. Then glared at each other up close, and then Haiji was... He was pushed out of the window violently. My voice, my screams. They only echoed in my mind, and my hands that reached out touched nothing but air. Then I heard a painful sound. My knees buckled and I felt like collapsing. But before I sat down on the floor, Akase pulled me close and whispered in my ear.
よく見ろよ、下を。
Huh? Akase supported my weight as I looked under the window.
いくら2階でも受け止めるのは無理だって。これ絶対骨折れたぞ。
Oh, Tasai!
どこここ？
触んな。てかお前怪我してないのかよ。
Oh, Tasai, I love you! Even though it was probably Akase's freaking idea, but...
足ちょっと痛いかな。でも平気だよ。
Tasai had fallen on his backside with Haiji who had fallen on him. Akase was waving at them both with a big smile.
おい、大丈夫か？
大丈夫じゃねえよ。とんでもない役任せやがって。
まあまあ、これで終わりだからさ。ってわけで、これで今日のところは終わりだ。満足しただろ？結果は少し違うけど。
It's a bit different, but ended up being the same. He was right about that. Haiji was pushed out of the window, but it wasn't in the script for him to actually get hurt. So there shouldn't be no problem even if he wasn't hurt.
満足か。どうだろうね。僕にはよくわからないけど。
I feel like they're not gonna accept that. Like, I mean, Akase didn't even play through all the way to the end, you know? Like, they broke character at the very
考えれば
end.
いい。考えてやるよ。いくらでも。
If I was the producer, I'd have been like, that's not good enough. You're gonna have to do it again. Akase smiled fearlessly. I'd been in a daze the whole time, but I was finally able to think. Thank goodness. Pushed out the window, Igawa would see Wataru that fell 2 stories and smile. I followed the script exactly and smiled. Upon returning to Dazai's room, everyone looked at me. I know what they were expecting, so I took a deep breath and said what I should. Thank you. My voice seems to be back.
しゃあ
骨折った甲斐があったな。
Oh,
え
Dazai.
あれマジで折ってたの？太宰なら片手で受け止めてくれるもんかと。
できるわけねえだろ。あんなでかい小学生相手にどうしろって言うんだ。
That's true. It's very big.
ともあれ良かったですね。お疲れ様です。何もできずすみません。
That's not true. Actually, I was completely surprised. Akase did all of that so suddenly.
本当だよ。突然ドラマやる。お前も飛び入り参加しろ。下で受け止めろ。で動けた俺がすごい。
すごいすごい。でも多分ハイジがあそこから落ちても足を折るくらいで済んだよな。
俺の存在全否定するのやめろよ。
してないって。ありがとな、太宰。ってわけで他の連中も部屋から出てきてるかもしれないし、リビング行くか。スポンサーの話もあるし。
そうですね。
Chigasaki called out to us, and everyone stood still right before they left the room. Chigasaki bowed with a serious expression.
とっさに動けなくてすみません。僕も飛び入り参加しようと思えばできたのに。
いや、人数制限があるみたいでしたよ。俺が参加したところでロックがかかってた。
Oh, so there's a maximum. Like, you can't have more than 2 people join.
そうなんですか。でも
Chigasaki, you always helped me. We're always grateful to you.
そうそう。次があったらその時は頼みます。
僕に赤瀬さんのような振る舞いができるとは思えないけど、でも次は必ず皆さんの力になります。
Chigasaki's words were responded to with laughter as we all headed out to the living room.
本当に驚かされたよ。あれが飛び入り参加のシステムなんだね。
Banjo looks so pissed. We're gonna stop here. Oh gosh. That's crazy. Akase is very much like a act first, think later type of guy. I mean, he kind of said it himself. But yeah, he's wild. I like him. It's just that Dazai keeps pulling my eyes away. It's not my fault. But it's like also like, oh, I don't know. What is it about Akase that makes me nervous? There's something about him that makes me nervous. I can't really pinpoint it though. Like, I feel like he's really genuine. Like, he's genuinely a good guy, right? Like, I know last episode I was like debating on if he really was the way that he is, but it seems like it. So, next episode, I guess we'll see what other people think of the sponsor situation and we'll go from there.